the dreamouts to the moon can be traced back directly to Dr. Goddard's dream and his early pioneering feat.
Von Braun and his team gained wide experience in Germany during World War II. That led him to develop the world's first space vehicle. The American Expeditionary Force landed in Europe in 1917. Part of the process of integrating into the Allied armies in France was arming the doughboys. Most American units wound up with the light portable machine gun made in France, but paid for by the Americans, the Show.
This is absolutely the worst thing ever inflicted on the American, this magazine.
You notice the German army with its horribly deadly Maxim machine guns. Most Americans who were issued the Show simply threw it away and looked for something better.
I interviewed an old gentleman once who was equipped with it, and I asked him if it was any good, and he said, well, the only thing that was good about it was you could take the parts off. Writing in the battles, of a Soviet submarine, and the Soviet sub didn't even know he was there.
You don't sit down. I'll talk to you guys about it afterwards.
That I interviewed once down in Kings Bay, Georgia, says, back in the Cold War, we went to see
But Ruth members was all wrong.
They thought it was racing at its midpoint, the 15-foot point.
It was a big mistake, an obvious mistake, and it slipped by everybody.
The problem shows.
But if you make a mistake, you could kill people. This is not an isolated incident. Other collapses during and after construction here in the United States have occurred in recent decades. The award-winning Kemper Arena roof in Kansas City cracking itself from the grid. Its generators suffered massive damage. Con Ed was the last major system to come back online. New York City had been dark 13 hours. Although the computer has brought significant improvement, the national power grid is still vulnerable to massive outages. And the biggest problem is
that 35 years later, we now have the grid designed as a system with system-wide monitoring and control so this can't happen.
I don't hear me out to me. Shut your mouth. I'm sorry. It's just for fun. It's just a fun math thing to do. Sometimes things can just be for fun. And just refuse to. What do you think we know? You need to do it during